What's up guys, my name is Liam, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Waizowl Lightning 60 gaming keyboard. Yes, this does have magnetic switches in it, and another reason I wanted to actually check this out is because it's said to have a gasket mounted system. So is this going to be the perfect gaming keyboard for you? Let's check it out. And before we get started today, I did want to let you know that this was sent out to me. However, everything you're going to be seeing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. It did come included with this mesh style hard carrying case. And then when you open it up, it obviously did have the keyboard in here, but here's the user manual. It also does come with this coiled USB-C type cable. And the quality of this cable actually looks really nice. I personally don't use these coiled cables just due to the fact that I do have my computer down on the floor and is kind of a little bit further away from my desk. And just the overall layout of this keyboard, it does feel really good. I do like the design of it. The one thing is, however, it does kind of have this aluminum top, and then the actual bottom of the tray is made out of a plastic. So just kind of half and half there, top aluminum, bottom in plastic. Personally, I would prefer for it to be a full aluminum case. Not that it makes that much of a difference. Perhaps they just did the bottom plastic because of the gasket mounted system that they did do. But here's a look at what the bottom layout looks like. It does kind of have these triangular rubberized feet, but they did keep the USB-C connectivity up here at the top left. And the one thing I do really like about this is I do like how they have these edges right here. They're rounded, so they're not too pointy. I did find that when I was using this, it did make it feel comfortable and did almost make it seem like the keyboard sits a little bit lower than it does. So no high corners up there, anything like that I had to adjust to. But yeah, just the overall aesthetic and the feeling of this has been working out really good for me. Here's a close-up shot of the PBT keycaps that are included. The top of the surface is on the smoother filling end, and as you can see here, they are shine through keycaps. For the internal design, they do claim to be using a gasket mounted system. And I do want to apologize to you guys. I'm not sure if I'm incorrect here. I have tried opening this thing up and it is not very user friendly to actually open it up. I did try removing the rubber feet on here on the back, and they are actually stuck to this base with an adhesive. So if I were to I did try removing them and I was actually damaging the skate. The adhesive was staying stuck to the bottom here and it was kind of being removed from one of these feet. I did also try and mess around with getting this middle piece out without any type of luck. So I do apologize that I'm not able to give you a full breakdown. I will go ahead and toss up a picture here really quickly of what they show the internal design to be about. But as you can see, they're using these ratio switches in here. I've gone over these several times. For me, I'm not overly picky when it does come to the switches in my keyboard. I just use them primarily for gaming, so I just mostly care about the performance of them myself. But these switches, they do have a initial force of 40 grams and a bottom out of around 60 grams. So really close to the Leica 60s, and the switches, they do feel really solid. They have very minimal stem wobble here as you're trying to move back and forth on them. So they come pre-lubed, and even on the stabilizers, they actually have applied a very generous amount of lube to these stabilizers over here. And when it comes to this gasket mounted system, unfortunately, since I can't get into the bottom, I can't see exactly how this is mounted. As you can clearly see, there are no screws in here, so it is not screwed into the base, but it does kind of have these clips right here sticking up from the sides of the case, kind of holding it in place so it doesn't pop out. But just my experience with using this and using other gasket style mounted keyboards, I do still feel like this is really on the stiffer end. If you were to push really hard on this, you do get some flex, and you do notice the flex a little bit more obvious up here in the corners. But as you can see, I am still applying a lot of force to it to get any type of a bend out of it. And even over here, like I mentioned, in the middle, it does feel a bit more stiff to where you do barely notice any bend. So I do kind of like this. I obviously wish that there was an easier way to open up this case in case you wanted to get in here and modify the foam or anything like that. That'd be nice. It'd also be cool to see, you know, what kind of a system that they're using and stuff like that. But as far as I can tell, everything has been working pretty good on the stiffer end of the filling. So let's go ahead and drop the sound test. They're using this similar type of software that we've already seen before on other types of keyboards. You can turn on or off the caps lock LED here, And then you got an option for the turbo mode here in the general tab. And here's the rapid trigger function. Then over here on the keyboard tab, this is just real simple. It allows you to adjust your keys if you want to change the keys or make any adjustments to your function 1 or 2 button. Over here on the sensitivity is the most important part. This is where you can adjust the rapid trigger sensitivity for your keys. What you will need to do is you can simply click and drag to select whatever amount of keys you want to. You can drag and select all of them if you want to. Come over here, hit clear, or you can just hit all over here on this side. But it does allow you to have the highest sensitivity at 0.2 millimeters. You can make adjustments within 0.1 millimeter increments, all the way down to 3.8. And then over here, the rapid trigger did actually come disabled. So if it's at this setting, it's disabled. The highest sensitivity you can do is a 0.1 millimeter on the downstroke. And on the upstroke, again, you can adjust these in 0.1 millimeter increments. So all the way from 0.1 up to 3.6 millimeters on both of these. Then lastly, you just have the LED tab over here. So real simple stuff. You have a bunch of different presets that you can use. Here you can adjust the speed and the brightness, and then on this final tab you have your macro settings. All right guys, so that about wraps things up on the Waizowl Lightning 60. I'm not going to do any latency tests on this keyboard because I've already done several various types of latency tests with the same platform in the past on my channel, and just the feeling of this keyboard, everything about it with the performance in game has been feeling fantastic. When I have done the test on this before, I've showed that the performance of this is actually really similar to the Wooten keyboard in the real life experiences. So you're not going to notice too much of a major difference there in terms of playing first person shooters using this purely for movement, which is how I currently have been using this keyboard. I have really been enjoying using this. Maybe not the best option if you're somebody who likes to mod them yourself, but if you're just looking to get something out of the box, it does game and feel pretty good out of the box. All right guys, so if you have any questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.